Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited because today, Monday, I took my RMA and I passed. I am so happy. I'm so excited. I'm also trying to be very quiet because my kids are relaxing and my mom is not feeling well, so I'm trying to keep my noise level down. But I am so excited. Let me tell you how everything happened because it was really fast. And I made this video 2 times before, but now that I actually took the test and passed, I can just tell you everything on how it happened in the order that it happened. So today's Monday, the 23rd. Yesterday was Sunday. The Sunday before that, I submitted my application to take my RMA. The school that I go to, you have to complete at least 5 of the 6 mods. So you have mod 1 through 5, mod 6, and then after that is extern, 6 weeks of extern. So I was already done with 5 mods. I wanted to take it early because if you fail your first time, then you have to wait 45 days to take it again, which means I can't take it again until I get ready to graduate or go on extern. Go on extern. And the thing with that is, if I would have waited until extern to take it, and if I failed, and if I got hired in somewhere, then I would have lost a job because I wouldn't have been registered. So you do have a specific time frame, but this is just for the school that I'm going to. I'm sure it's different in other places, other schools, other places. Anyway, so I wanted to take mine early. So not yesterday, but the Saturday or the Sunday before that, I submitted my application. I paid $125 for it. I got an email basically saying, hey, I got your, we got your submission. I had to call my school so they can send over my transcripts to verify I am who I say I am, and I go to this school for medical assisting. I get another email saying, hey, we got your school stuff, and that letter, it's in an email, but it's a letter that says you have basically done everything right up until this point. You paid, we got your transcripts, you're good. You just have to wait until your schedule. So I printed off that letter. All of this happened within a matter of 3 days. Okay? 3 days. On the 4th day, which was last Wednesday, I scheduled to take my test. I do not know what happened, but when I scheduled for my test, I scheduled it for today, the 23rd, and it's at a local community college for me to go take my big test. I get there today, and I'm not even in the system. I'm going to come back to that later. So, that was on Wednesday. So everything total from start to finish, 4 days. What normally takes between 2 to 4-ish weeks took me 4 days. So I'm happy, I'm excited, I'm nervous, my heart is racing, I feel like I want to puke. It's just bad all the way around. My nerves were shot, anxiety is high, don't even know which way is up, which way is down. I don't even know because it's happening so fast. Thursday was my birthday, and I had fun on my birthday. Friday, I'm worried, I'm stressing. Also, on Thursday, we got another RMA practice. It's like a physical paper, and it's like 123 questions. Only a few of those was actually on the big test, to be honest. And anyway, so Thursday came and went, Friday came and went, Saturday came and went, Sunday, which is yesterday, I tried to keep it together as best as I could. I felt nervous and anxious and nauseous and everything you can even think of. I was feeling all at once, all day long. But I tried to keep it together like, you got this. I did some studying. My mom was helping me. My friend Kit was helping me. And I went to bed. But before I went to bed, I went over my review one last time. I didn't do another RMA practice online because that's 210 questions. And the last time I took it, I got an 80. I was good with that. I was good. I wasn't trying to have all that pressure on myself and have my mind go every which way. So I didn't take any practice RMAs. I just kept going over that review that I got from my teacher on Thursday, and that is 123 questions. So I kept going over that and over that and over that and over that. And, you know, I put my kids down for bed. Normally I let them stay up because it is summertime. I do not care what time they go to sleep. I don't care. They don't have school the next day. And so we all went to bed at a specific bedtime. I set my alarm. I'm like, okay, I'm good. I'm gonna go to bed. I have my eye cover mask thing for when you're sleeping. I'm like, okay, let's try to go to sleep. And I couldn't go to sleep. So I'm like, okay, well, great. So I'm just laying there in the dark. I eventually go to sleep, but then I'm in this phase where you're half awake, half asleep, and I keep going over some of the questions in my head and some of the things I've learned since I started school back in January. So I kept going over that and over that and over that, and I eventually fell asleep again, and I had a bad dream. I woke up almost an hour early. I set my alarm for 7. I woke up at 6:11, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm not gonna go back to sleep for the next 45 minutes or whatever. So I'm up. So I'm up. I'm nervous. I'm trying to keep it together. I take the dog out. I make myself some coffee. My kids get up. I make breakfast. I eat breakfast, which is something I don't normally do. I ate breakfast today. Took a shower, try to make things feel as normal as possible. Did my normal routine. My sister-in-law came over to watch my kids for me, and I went to the college that I've never been to before, because I've never gone to a community college in my area before. So I'm driving there. I'm like, okay. I get there. It's a big old college. It's a big old building. I am on the far right side of the building when I needed to be on the far left side of the building. So I'm like, fuck. Ooh, sorry. I was like, dang. So, I'm looking around, I see student resources. I'm like, okay, maybe that. I asked somebody. They're like, okay, we'll go to this desk. I go to this desk, and you're supposed to be there a half an hour early. And I talked to the lady, and she's like, oh, you went to the testing center. Go on the opposite side, past the flags, and she hands me a map. And I'm like, okay, thank you. So, I get, in my car. I'm looking at my clock in my car. It is 9:25. I don't know what to expect when it comes to this type of testing. I don't know what to expect. I get there. I make it there on time. Barely. And I'm like, this is me. I'm here to take my RMA. They look in the system. They don't see me. This is what I said at the beginning of the video. I'm saying it now. So I'm like, okay. The guy's like, well, you're not in our system. I mean, we can take the test today. It's just a matter of the AMA people sending over the test so that I can give it to you. I'm like, okay. So I called the AMA and I tell them who I am and that I scheduled, and they're like, well, we don't have you in our system saying that you scheduled. I said, no, I did this on Wednesday specifically for today. I put in that time, that date and that time, and I am furious. I am tearing up with anger. You ever do that? And I'm trying to keep it together because I am in this college and there's other people around, but I'm trying to keep it together. But I am furious. So the lady was like, well, the only way you can take it today is if the site has availability. I said, ma'am, I'm at the site. The man told me they have availability, but we have to call to verify that your site is the correct one and all that stuff. So she puts me on hold. 2 seconds later, his phone rings. He looks at me as he's on the phone and goes, it's her. I'm like, I know, thank you. So the guy was super nice. He was like, yes, we have availability. She could take it right now. So they set up the time for 10:30. I ended up taking it at 10 because I could take it early because there was availability, and the man that was helping me knew that I came in and saw me and was helping me since I got there. So I fill out some paperwork. He holds my driver's license until I'm done. I put my jacket, my purse, my phone, my key, my everything in a locker, lock it up. The only thing you can go in that room for, or that room with, is just yourself, your pencil if you need one, and a calculator. But those people were doing actual college testing stuff. I don't think anybody was doing what I was doing. So he assigns me a computer, and I get there, and it has my picture on it, and I take the test. My school has always told us that the big test is 200 questions. It's 210. Like our practice ones, it's 210 questions. You need a 70 and above. Once again, you should verify this with your own school if you are in school for medical assisting. This is just what I'm doing in Michigan. It's where I live. So in the school that I'm in Michigan, it's you need a 70 and above. So I'm going and I'm taking it, and I have earplugs in. They said if you want, you can have some earplugs for better focusing. I'm like, okay, cool. I am so glad that I grabbed a pair of earplugs because I really needed that extra focus. Time was moving so fast, and I had to read the questions a good 2 or 3 times because after a while, like when I got to question like 70 or whatever, and I looked at the clock that I had left remaining, and it was like less than an hour, like 45 minutes or whatever, I was panicking because I'm just hoping I pass, and I'm hoping that I have enough time left, because if I don't get this time in, I don't pass, which means I have to pay for this test again and reschedule again, and I don't want to do that. I can't. No. So I'm doing it, and there was a part of the test that I was like doubting everything, like, oh my gosh, I have like 45 questions wrong, I don't know what this means, we didn't go over this in school, and I'm remembering way back from January, and we're almost done with July. So way back from January, I'm like, we did not go over this at all. And I, like, in school, if something is difficult for me to really grasp, I try to make a connection with something else That's how I remember, how things click in my head. It's just that's how I do it. I just make connections with something. It doesn't even have to be school related, but it can just be something, and it'll click to me, and that's how I work. And nothing. I got nothing. I am like a deer in the headlights. I don't know. I was answering questions in my mind. I am screaming, I do not know. So I get to question 210, and the screen does something funny. It like goes to this review thing, and I'm looking at the time I have left, and I have 11 minutes. And I'm like, okay, what is this? It's a review. I'm like, oh shoot. So when you're taking your test, there's a part up in the corner, it says flag for review. So you can kind of like bookmark it, and when you're done with it, you can go back to the ones you flagged, or you can go to the ones you flagged, the whole thing, or you can pick which question, and you can change the answer or whatever if you want to. It's just a little review thingy. And so I said, I'm done with it. I did do a little bit. I said, I'm done with it. Are you sure? Yes. Exit out. Are you sure? Because you're not going to be able to get back to the screen. Yes. And then boom, it had the AMA, it had my name, it had the length of time, and it had my score. And I got above 70. And I was thrilled. I was shaking because I didn't really know. It hadn't really hit me. Even now, still, like it's soaked in, but it hasn't. It's just, I'm still taken back by it. I was screaming in my car. I posted it, and I'm making phone calls. I'm like, I passed, and I have a good support system. I was praying through that whole exam. I'm praying, and I'm like, I gotta pass this. I can't fail. I can't. So I did it. I went to my school. I showed them my slip that said that I completed it, and I passed it. Now, this is how it works. Because technically, I am a registered medical assistant, but I'm still in school. I still have to finish school, and I still have to finish extern. But, I took mine early, as we can, if we want to, if we completed 5 mods. Today is actually the last day of mod 5, and tomorrow is the start of mod 6. I will officially be a senior, and then I will go on to extern. In about a week or so, you see that fly? Move. In about a week or so, I would have my certificate and my card in the mail saying that I am registered, I am the real deal. So I still have to go through school. I actually have a test today. I tried to study, but my brain is literally fried, and I cannot focus. I just cannot. I'm still going to go to school, even though it's the last day of the mod, even though I passed, I'm still going to do what I have always done. Some people in my class know if we are friends on Facebook or whatever, but it's just, even in class, I'm not going to be like, oh my gosh, you guys, look at me, because I'm not like that. I just want to have like that one post, and then back in school, I'm like, same as ever, same as always. But I am very, very happy with myself. I'm very, very pleased, and I'm proud, and it's just a whole mix of emotions. So study hard, and some stuff you just are not going to be prepared for, like in real life, you're not going to be prepared for it. It's just, wow. It's just crazy. This is like the biggest thing, the biggest challenge. I feel. I feel like it's the biggest challenge. Because now I can just do the rest of my month and a half of school, do my extern, and then graduate. And I don't have to worry about taking this test at the end of graduation. I did this because I thought I was ready. I had the support. I had the studies down. And I can just graduate. That's it. That's all I have to do is just make it to graduation. And that's it. You know, it's a lot of pressure off of me, you know, that, oh, we have a big old graduation party. Probably not, but graduation, woohoo! Oh, I gotta study so that I can take my RMA. No, I'm done with it. I'm done. I already did it. I can go from graduation to work. That's it. That's it. I'm happy about that. I'm good. So, yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. And last night I couldn't sleep because I was overthinking overthinking about the test and stressing about it, and the fact that it's a big exam, and how, I've worked so hard up until this point, and I don't want to let people down. And I was writing in my prayer journal, and I'm like, I cannot fail. And when I saw that score and it said congratulations, and I was like, oh my gosh, wow, I can't believe it. So when I went to school and I was talking to the not student resources, anyway, I was talking to the lady that does the placement for extern, and I told her that, I passed, she sent me 2 voicemails, and I was like, sorry I didn't get back to you. I was taking my test. And she was like, how'd you do? And I was like, I passed. And she was like, oh, good. I knew you would. And I'm like, thanks. And she was talking to me about my extern because for about a month or so, I was set on going to the family health center. But they have to set up my meet and greet first, even though they said that they would already take me. But the thing is, they want me to be there Monday through Thursday from 8 in the morning to 5 in the evening, Monday through Thursday, and then on Fridays from 8 to noon. Now, I don't have a problem with that, except for the fact of childcare, because when my kids start to go back to school, they don't get out until 4. So I was talking to Crystal. I'm gonna call her Crystal because why not? So I was talking to Crystal, and I was like, hey, like that's okay. It's just I cannot do that 5 o'clock. And I was like, is there any way if they would allow me to at least do from 8 to 4, 8 to 4, and I will try to work something out with my children's teachers when they start to go back to school, and be like, hey, can you keep my kids another 20 minutes after class until I get back on this side of town, because I'm in school for this. It's going to be for 6 weeks. Can you help me out? So that is how I'm going about it. I do have my mom and my husband. They're going to go back and forth with child care for me, and that is also a huge thing because it takes a village, it does. So one thing at a time, and I'm just so excited that it's over, and that it's one less thing I have to worry about, you know. So if anyone out there, if you're going to school to be a medical assistant or whatever, stay on top of your studies, because you only get out what you put in. Seriously. And it sounds cliche, and like it, whatever, but it's true. You get out what you put in. I have spent, since January, I have spent days going over material, Quizlets, staying up until 2 or 3 in the morning, trying to get this material down, trying to make stuff work, make stuff click to me, studying for quizzes, tests, practicals, everything, but it pays off. It does. And that way now I can go into my extern site and not just be there for practice, but I'm the real thing. I'm legit. I'll have my card by then. I'll have my certificate by then saying I'm the real deal. I passed. So, and extern sites, they do hire whoever is there to extern. You know, they do hire people in. So that's also a plus. But yeah, if you're in MA or CMA or RMA or whatever, just put in good work and you will get good work out. If you have questions, ask your teachers, your administrators, the head directors, whoever. Ask. I when I was talking to Crystal, I do have a feeling that Crystal is annoyed with me because I kept on top of what was going on when it came to my externs. I kept on top of that because I need to make sure what's happening so I can figure out placements. You know, stay on top of your stuff, even if that means you have to ask somebody and then ask them again a week later, or ask them again, you know, a little bit later. You know, it is what it is. You stay on top of your stuff. So, with that being said, y'all, I'm still soaking it in. But thank you for sitting with me and chatting with me and hanging out with me. And I will see y'all in my next one. Mwah!